Barry Greenstein was born on December 30th, 1954 and was raised in an Irish Catholic neighborhood in Chicago, Illinois with his two older sisters and a younger brother. He was introduced to poker at a very young age when he learned to play the game by watching his father. Although Barry found love for the game of gin rummy and hearts, it was poker that provided him the way to earn some extra income while growing up. He started playing home games in his teenage years, making the rounds and cashing up to $50 a night. But Barry had more career dreams and aspirations, and at age 15 he was creating his own computer software. Deep down he wanted to do more in life, and his family felt the same way, as they had a strong sense of integrity, encouraging him to do something better. During his studies at Bogan High School, he excelled in mathematics and computers while playing poker in the evenings. Then he moved to the University of Illinois and graduated in computer science. By this time, he had already made thousands of dollars in poker winnings. Barry decided to continue studying to get a PhD program in mathematics, which took him 10 years. During this time, he was still playing poker and building his bankroll. He got married to Donna, a woman who already had 3 kids from a previous relationship. They wanted full custody of the children, but in order for this to happen, Barry was told he would need a full-time job. Hearing that, Barry gave up poker and studies and moved with his family to the Silicon Valley. He and Donna subsequently gained custody of the kids and had 2 more in 1987 and 1988. At the time, Barry worked on a new software programmed Q&A, which he completed and ended up being named Product of the Year in numerous industry magazines. This is still one of Barry's proudest accomplishments, and Symantec started aiming to become one of the top computer software firms in the world. During this time, Barry Greenstein had been playing No Limit Hold'em at the Cameo Club in Palo Alto, California. This was an extra income and something he enjoyed doing. Eventually, he began playing more frequently, back to his poker playing schedule of his early years. In 1990, Barry left Symantec and started focusing full-time on poker. He was attending the games at the Cameo Club 12 hours a day during most days of the week. By 1991, Barry was making so much money from playing poker that he was able to retire from his day job and become a full-fledged poker pro. In 1992, he entered his first tournament, which was a $10,000 WSOP main event in Las Vegas, playing with the likes of Johnny Chan, Todd Brunson, Bobby Baldwin, and Barry Johnston. He finished 22nd with a good start in the right direction. His wife and him got a divorce at this time, with Barry getting full custody of their children. This followed up by him meeting Mimi Tran, a Vietnamese player. They had a deal that Barry would teach her poker in exchange for Vietnamese lessons, which would be helpful for him when facing Vietnamese players on the felt. By now, Barry was focused on his No Limit Hold'em game, but also began putting Limit Hold'em as well. He built a reputation as one of the top players in the world through his games in California and Las Vegas. Working hard and putting in long hours on the felt allowed Barry to make huge strides with poker. But it wasn't until 2003 that he really won something big. In March of that year, Greenstein took first place in Larry Flynt's Poker Challenge Cup for an enormous payday of $1 million. After winning that tournament, he decided to take a large chunk of money and make a donation to charity. This is where his nickname, the Robinhood of Poker, stemmed from. Still to this day, Greenstein uses his tournament winnings to donate to various charities and do his part. In 2004, Barry Greenstein captured his first WSOP bracelet in the No Limit Deuce to 7 lowball event for almost $300,000 in prize money. The same year, Greenstein won the Jack Binion World Poker Open WPT event for over $1.2 million, collecting his first WPT title. 1 year later, he scored a second one by winning the $1,500 Pot Limit Omaha event for more than $120,000. His third WSOP trophy came in 2008 when Greenstein took down the $1,500 7-card RAS tournament, taking home almost $160,000 in cash. Then in 2006, he won the LA Poker Classic No Limit Hold'em Invitational event, taking home $100,000 in prize money. All told, Barry Greenstein had made 5 final tables on the WPT and is in the top 5 all-time in cashes. His successes on the tour secured him an invite to several of the specialized TV events. Partnered with his son, Joe Sabak, Barry won the WPT's Father and Sons tournament in 2006 and followed it up with a win over a table of fellow poker authors in 2007 Poker by the Book Chapter 2. With 3 WSOP bracelets and 2 WPT titles, Greenstein only had the European circuit to conquer in order to put the poker's triple crown on his head. Although he has won first place finish in an EPT tournament, it wasn't the one that would name him the EPT champion. In 2008, Greenstein won the €10,000 Stars of Poker event at the EPT Grand Final in Monte Carlo for a €50,000 payday. Same year, Greenstein cashed in at 6 different events at the WSOP for a combined total of $770,000. He also finished second in the 2008 WSOP Player of the Year standings, finished closely behind Eric Lindgren. Greenstein loved competing on televised poker competitions, having appeared in the first 3 seasons of NBC's Poker After Dark, all 7 seasons of High Stakes Poker, and the first 3 seasons of PokerStars Invitational Tournament. Along with tournaments, Greenstein often plays 4,000, 8,000 PLO and No Limit Texas Hold'em cash games in Bobby's Room. Barry is one of the most successful cash game players in the world, such as in High Stakes Poker or in the big game at Bobby's Room, where he had a lot of successes. He is also a poker author. He wrote a chapter about poker strategy for Super System 2, the sequel to Dollar Brunson's poker book, Super System. Following that, he started to write his own poker book, Ace on the River, which is more about the lifestyle of a professional poker player. Far beyond the typical poker strategy manuals, it gives players an honest look inside the poker world and offers a tough psychological examination of the qualities necessary to succeed at the table. Lushly presented with colorful photographs on every page, it cracked Amazon's top 20 in book sales at its peak and sold more than 100,000 copies in its paperback, ebook, and audiobook versions. He usually gives away signed copies to those who knock him out of a major tournament. Although unlike most high-stakes poker players who play games like craps, blackjack, roulette, or baccarat, he has never been known to like these much. Barry is a very professional player and never seems to lose his cool at the table, even if he does lose the occasional $1 million pot on an episode of High Stakes Poker. Maybe not the most intimidating player at the table, Barry Greenstein employs a calculated and very analytical approach to the game that makes him a feared force by the other members of any table he sits down at. In 2011, he entered the Poker Hall of Fame. As of 2021, his live total tournament earnings exceed $8.4 million. His 102 WSOP cashes account for $3.2 million of those winnings. Barry Greenstein deserves to be named a legend as he has made it big but was also able to give it back through his charity work and donations. A great in the world of poker.